Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Today we are going to see Game 2 between the Reds and Cubs. Game 1 was a 17-1 thrashing at the hands of the Cubs offense. And the Cubs, because they won yesterday, beating the Reds, made up a game in the standings, coming in at only 5 games out of first. Today's game against the Reds is going to feature Chris Archer, who has been red hot for the Cubs. He is making start number 21, 7-7 with a 2.82 ERA. And Archer, in his last 3 starts, has thrown 21 2/3 innings and allowed no earned runs. One of those starts included a no-hitter. The Cubs lineup today around Archer is going to be Cabrera, Santana, Bryant, Bogaerts, Contreras, Bradley, Happ out in left today, Archer and Hayward. The Reds lineup is going to be Votto, Winkler, Moustakas, Suarez, Dietrich, Barnhart, Galvis, Akiyama, and Anthony DeSclafani. He is making start number 19. He is 6-5 with a 4.14 ERA, 1.34 WHIP. And against the Cubs, he has not had a decision recorded, but a 2.45 ERA in the innings he has thrown against the Cubs so far this year. We do also have an update on Yu Darvish. It turns out that apparently he simply didn't do enough crunches last week. He had an abdominal strain, but he is going to make his next start as scheduled. So, it is 77 degrees. The wind blowing in from right at 11 mph, and it is time for some baseball. Chris Archer on the mound facing Joey Votto, leading off for the Reds. Cubs come in at 46-51, still third place in the Central. The Reds leading the division at 51-46. Archer standing on the mound, looking for the sign. And here is the pitch. And what is going on? That is a line drive out to left center field. I have no idea why, but Santana took off running toward the shortstop position as the pitch was thrown. So Votto has a leadoff double, but a bizarre defensive switch for the Cubs on that play. Votto is standing on second with nobody out in the top of the first inning, and Winker is the next Red batter. Full count pitch to Winker. Here it comes. There's a grounder to first. Well, it's a good thing Santana stayed in his normal position because he picked that one up and stepped on the base for out number 1. Moustakas now the batter. Votto advancing to third on the fielder's choice. Moustakas steps in, 1 out, runner 90 feet away. 3-1 count. Archer loses him. That is ball 4 outside. So Moustakas heads down to first. There are now runners on the corners. And 1 out, Eugenio Suarez is the batter. First pitch to Suarez, and when he hits him in the knee, man, Archer not looking good here in the first inning. The bases are loaded with 1 out, and Archer has got a jam he's got to work himself out of now. Derek Dietrich is the batter. 2-1 count to Dietrich. Archer looking for the sign. Here's the pitch. Grounder to second. Cabrera to Bogaerts to Santana. And that is a ground ball double play, and the Cubs are saved the innings with that defensive play. So, the bases are loaded, but the Reds do not score. We go to the bottom of the first. It is a 0-0 game. DeSclafani is on the mound against Asdrubal Cabrera. Here's the first pitch from DeSclafani. And that is popped up to right. That is going to be playable. And it is caught by by Dietrich in right field for out number 1. Yeah, Castellanos is actually not in the lineup today. I'm sure we'll see him in some critical pinch hitting role later in the game, though. Santana now the batter, full count, waiting for the pitch. And that is popped up to center. That is going to be playable short center field by Moustakas for out number 2. Chris Bryant now the batter, 2 outs, nobody on. Full count pitch to Chris Bryant, swing and a miss for strike 3 on the changeup. Got him way out in front of that one. So Bryant heads back to the dugout. The Cubs are retired in order. We go to the top of the second. It is a 0-0 ball game. Archer will face Barnhart in the top of the second. 1-2 count. Archer with the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Archer got that one up there at 96, and Barnhart could not catch up. So Galvis is the next batter. Full count pitch. Archer working to Galvis. Grounder to second. Cabrera has it. Throws to first. And that is out number 2. Akiyama now batting. 2 outs. Nobody on. First pitch. Archer to Akiyama. And that is popped up to right. It's going to be playable on the warning track. And Hayward grabs it for out number 3. That was deep, but not deep enough. And we go to the bottom of the second of a 0-0 game. Xander Bogaerts now leading off for the Cubs. 1 strike count. DeSclafani with the pitch. Popped up to center. Akiyama making a few steps to adjust and makes the catch for out number 1. Contreras now batting. 2-0 count to Contreras. Here's the pitch. Grounder up the middle. The shift was on. Second baseman was in the right spot that time. And the play is made for out number 2. Contreras thrown out. 4-3. Jackie Bradley now the batter. 2 outs. Nobody on. 1-1 count to Jackie Bradley. And that is popped up to right. Dietrich has to run toward the line and makes the grab for out number 3. So the Cubs retired in order once again. We go to the top of the third, 0-0 in Chicago. DeSclafani will lead off against Archer, top of the third inning, 1-2 count. Archer with the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Threw some cheese right there. Fastball at 93. And now Joey Votto's the batter, 1 out. 1 strike count. And Votto lines that one into right. Hayward coming in, and he plays it on a hop. So that is going to be a single for Joey Votto. Winker now batting. 1 out, 1 man on. Full count pitch. Archer coming to the plate. Popped up to center. That is bending back toward Bradley, and he makes the catch for out number 2. The wind had a major effect on that. It looked like it was headed toward right center and ended up in almost straightaway center. So Moustakas now the batter. 2 outs, 1 man on. Moustakas waiting for the first pitch from Archer. And that is driven to right field. I believe that is going to be deep enough. And Hayward watches it go. That is a 2-run home run for Mike Moustakas. 406 feet, and the Reds are ahead 2-0. Eugenio Suarez now the batter. 2 outs, nobody on. Reds just took a 2-0 lead, and here's an 0-2 pitch from Archer. And that is going to be lined into left field. That is going to be played on a hop by Happ, and that is going to be a 2-out single for Eugenio Suarez. Derek Dietrich now the batter. 2-1 count to Dietrich. That's a grounder up the middle. Bogaerts has it. Flips to Cabrera covering second for the 3rd out of the inning. The Reds score twice. Archer's scoreless inning streak is over. And now it is a 2-0 Cincinnati lead. DeSclafani is going to pitch to Happ, who's leading off for the Cubs in the bottom of the 3rd. 3-0 count, Happ. He checked his swing, and he gets to head down to first because that is ball 4. So Chris Archer now batting. Archer, 3 for 36 on the season. Most likely a sacrifice is going to be the signal from the dugout right here. 2-2 count. Archer watches strike 3 go by. Changeup right there, and nothing he could do with it, so that brings up Hayward. 1 out, 1 man on. Hayward batting with a full count. And there's a grounder up the middle. The shortstop grabs the ground ball, steps on second, and throws to first to complete the double play. So the Cubs inning is over. We go to the top of the 4th. It is 2-0 Cincinnati. Archer working to Barnhart here in the top of the 4th inning. 1 strike count. Archer with the pitch. Grounder to first. Santana has it. Steps on the base for out number 1. Galvis now batting. 1 out. Nobody on. Full count pitch from Archer. And that's lined into right field. Hayward, however, reacts quickly and makes a running catch for out number 2. Akiyama now batting. 2 outs, nobody on. 1-1 count to Akiyama. And that's a grounder off the end of the bat. Archer has it, throws to first, and that will retire the side, out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It is still 2-0 Cincinnati. As Drupal Cabrera now coming up. Bottom of the 4th inning against DeSclafani. First pitch. And Cabrera pops it up to right center. But again, this ball is going to actually end up in center field as Akiyama makes the catch for out number 1. Santana now the batter. 1 out. Nobody on. 1 ball count. And Santana gets all of that one. The wind is going to bend it around, but it's still going to land just in a different section of the seats. 449 feet for Danny Santana. A monster shot to right center field, and the Reds' lead is cut in half. It is 2-1 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Chris Bryant now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. And a full count pitch to Chris Bryant. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3 on the changeup. Bryant heads back to the dugout. And now Xander Bogaerts will be the batter. 2 outs, nobody on base. First pitch to Xander Bogaerts. And Bogaerts pops that one up to left. It's going to be playable, and it is caught for out number 3. So the Cubs score, getting their first hit of the ball game, the Santana home run. We go to the top of the 5th. It is 2-1 Cincinnati. Archer working against DeSclafani in the top of the 5th inning. 1 ball count. Archer coming to the plate. That's going to be a line drive into right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit, and DeSclafani has a leadoff single for the Reds in the top of the 5th inning. Votto now the batter with nobody out, runner on first. Full count pitch to Votto. That is low for ball 4. And Archer getting himself in a little bit of a jam here in the 5th. So, Winker now is the batter. First and second, nobody out. Winker waiting for the full count pitch from Archer. And that is a swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him to chase a fastball right there that looked like it was down and in. So there's the first out of the inning. Moustakas now comes up. He is 1 for 1 with a home run and 2 RBIs today. He comes up. Reds trying to extend this 2-1 lead. Archer working with a 2-2 count. And there's a ground ball off the bat of Moustakas. The throw goes to short. The relay to first, and that is a 4-6-3 double play. Archer has gotten some very timely ground ball double plays today. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It is a 2-1 Reds lead. Wilson Contreras is the batter now. Leading off for the Cubs in the bottom of the 5th. He is working against DeSclafani with full count. And that's a pop-up behind second base. That's going to drop into no man's land for a leadoff single for Wilson Contreras. So he's on first, representing the tying run, and Jackie Bradley is the batter. 2-2 count to Bradley. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Again, that changeup from DeSclafani is just devastating. 4 strikeouts. I believe they've all been on the changeup today. So Ian Happ now batting from the left side against the righty DeSclafani. 1 out, 1 man on. Cubs down by 1. 2-2 count to Ian Happ. Here's the pitch. Ian Happ pops it up to center. Center fielder Akiyama is coming in. He is going to make the catch for out number 2. Chris Archer now batting. 2 outs, 1 man on, bottom of the 5th inning. Archer waiting for the 1-2 pitch. And here it comes. That's going to be a base hit into right field. Archer punches that one over the second baseman's head for a single. So Contreras goes to second. The inning is still alive. And Jason Hayward is the batter with 2 outs and 2 men on. Cubs trying to score the tying run here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1 ball count to Jason Hayward. And Jason Hayward gets that one past the first baseman down the right field line. Hayward is going for extra bases. 1 run is in. The second runner coming home. The throw goes to the cutoff man. Hayward has a triple, and the Cubs have a 3-2 lead. Nice piece of hitting right there by Jason Hayward with a 2-out, 2-run, 2 RBI triple. And now, as Asdrubal Cabrera is the batter, the Cubs have just taken the lead for the first time today at 3-2. Full count pitch to Asdrubal Cabrera. There's a ground ball to second. The throw's going to go to first, and the side is retired. But Jason Hayward comes through again for the Cubs. That is a major clutch base hit for Jason Hayward, and the Cubs now have a 3-2 lead. Top of the 6th inning, it is Eugenio Suarez leading off against Chris Archer in the top of the 6th. Cubs trying to protect this newly minted 3-2 lead, and here is a 3-1 pitch from Archer, and that's going to be driven into the gap in left center field. That's going to be extra bases for Suarez. The throw comes back into the cutoff man, and Suarez has a double to lead off the Reds' half of the 6th. And now that's going to be the last batter for Archer. They're going to bring in Kirby Yates as Kerry Wood makes the slow walk out to the mound. He's seen enough of Chris Archer for today. Yates comes in. He has thrown 36 innings this year, only 4 walks to 47 strikeouts, and an ERA of exactly 4. He is going to face Dietrich, Barnhart, and Galvis here in the top of the 6th inning. The tying run is in scoring position as Yates inherits a runner. Let's see what's going to happen here. 0-2 pitch. Yates working. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And Yates strikes out Dietrich on a slider. Tucker Barnhart now the batter with 1 out, 1 man on. Barnhart getting a full count pitch from Yates. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Yates has 2 strikeouts in the inning. And now the Reds have 2 outs, 1 man on, and Freddie Galvis is the batter. Galvis waiting for the 2-2 pitch from Kirby Yates. Here it comes. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and Yates strikes out the side to protect the lead. So we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is still 3-2 Cubs. Danny Santana is coming up to bat. He's going to work against Anthony DeSclafani, who is still coming out to work for inning number 6 for the Reds. He's at 81 pitches, and with a 1-2 count, he is working to Santana. And Santana takes strike 3 looking on a breaking ball. So Chris Bryant is now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 2-2 count to Chris Bryant. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Bryant heads back to the dugout. Strikeout number 6 on the day for Anthony DeSclafani. And Xander Bogaerts is the batter. 2 outs, nobody on. 2-2 count. Bogaerts waiting for the pitch. That is lined into right field. That is going to be, it is a diving catch. Dietrich sacrificing his body to dive toward the wall and make the catch for out number 3. That is amazing defensive prowess right there by Derek Dietrich. So the Cubs still own a 3-2 lead going to the top of the 7th inning. Akiyama now the batter. He's going to lead off against Yates in the top of the 7th. 2-2 count, Yates working. That's going to be a base hit into right field. That drops in front of Hayward for a single, and Akiyama has a leadoff base hit. Yates now working to the pinch hitter, Josh Van Meter in the top of the 7th inning. Nobody out, one man on. Full count pitch from Yates. There it comes. Inside for ball 4. Yates puts him on with a full count walk. And now we're going to see the new Cub pitcher, Sean Doolittle, just traded for yesterday from the Nationals. He's going to come in to face the next 3 batters, who are all lefties, Votto, Winker, and Moustakas in the Reds lineup. So Doolittle coming in 32 2/3 innings thrown, 11 walks, 32 strikeouts, and a 2.20 ERA. He is going to face Votto. Here's an 0-2 pitch. Doolittle looking for the sign. Here's the pitch to Votto. That's a line drive into left field. That's going to be a base hit for Votto. The runner stops at third, although the throw goes to the cutoff man. So Votto gets a single. The bases are loaded. And Castellanos is coming in to pinch hit in this most critical of situations. It is the top of the 7th inning. The Cubs nursing a 3-2 lead. The bases are loaded. Nobody is out. Doolittle working to Castellanos. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Popped up left field. I think this is going to be deep enough. Happ has it. He throws home. The runner comes home. He slides and he is safe. And the Reds have tied this game at 3. So now there is 1 out. Runners on first and second. The sacrifice fly is credited to Castellanos. The game is now tied at 3. Moustakas is the batter. 2-0 pitch from Doolittle to Moustakas. And that's going to be a base hit into right field. That's going to drop in front of Hayward for another base hit. However, the runner at third does not test Hayward's arm. He stays put, and the bases are loaded once again. So the Cubs manager, Kerry Wood, has seen fit to make another change. Yates only recorded 1 out. The bases are loaded once again. The game is tied, and now Matt Barnes is coming in to pitch. He has thrown 35 innings this year, 22 walks to 52 strikeouts, with a 4.37 ERA. Matt Barnes is going to face Eugenio Suarez in the top of the 7th inning. 1-1 count. Barnes looking for the sign. And here's the pitch. And that is hit hard. Left field. Happ looks up, and that is a grand slam home run for the Reds. It is now 7-3 as the Reds have scored 5 times in the top of the 7th inning. So Suarez unties the game with a 386-foot home run to the left field seats. And now Barnes is going to work to Dietrich with 1 out, nobody on. 1 strike count, Barnes with the pitch. Line drive up the middle, base hit. That's going to be a single for Dietrich. And now that'll bring up Tucker Barnhart with 1 out, 1 man on. 2-2 count, Barnes to the plate. And that is a line drive. That's going to be another single to left field. Happ has it, throws to third, and the runners hold at first and second. So now Freddie Galvis is the batter with 1 out, 2 men on. Cubs really struggling to get out of this 7th inning. 0-2 pitch from Matt Barnes. Grounder to first. Throw to second. The relay to first is not in time. The Cubs cannot complete the 3-6-3 double play. However, there are now 2 outs because of the fielder's choice. There are runners on the corners, and Akiyama is the batter. 1-2 count to Akiyama. Barnes with the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Barnes got it by him at 97. However, the Reds do some damage. It is 7-3 Cincinnati going into the bottom of the 7th inning. But here to lift up our spirits is former Cub Mark Grace to lead the 7th inning stretch. Wilson Contreras now is the batter. He's going to lead off for the Cubs in the bottom of the 7th. He is going to face the new Red pitcher, Nate Jones, who's thrown 26 2/3, 10 walks, 29 strikeouts to a 5.40 ERA. The Cubs are going to get back in this game. They're going to need some base runners. 2-2 count to Contreras, waiting for the pitch. That's a swing and a miss for strike 3. That is a slider that was down and in, and Contreras just waves away at it. So Bradley now is the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 2-2 count to Jackie Bradley. And that's a grounder up the middle. Shortstop has it, throws to first, and that is out number 2. Ian Happ now the batter. 2 outs, nobody on. 1-1 count to Ian Happ. Here's the pitch. That's a liner into right field. That's going to be a single for Ian Happ. So the Cubs have a 1-out single. And Marcell Ozuna will be the batter. Ozuna is coming in to pinch hit in the bottom of the 7th inning of a 7-3 ball game. There are 2 outs and a runner on first. 1-2 count. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Ozuna heads back to the dugout, and the Cubs inning is over. We go to the top of the 8th. It is still 7-3 Cincinnati. Trevor Rosenthal is coming in to pitch now for the Cubs. 39 2/3 innings this season, 24 walks, 42 strikeouts, and a 2.27 ERA. Rosenthal will face the Reds left fielder, Mark Payton. Here is the first pitch from Rosenthal. Once we get a sign and a pitch. Popped up on the infield. Cabrera coming over. Bogart's coming over. Cabrera calls him off, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Votto now batting. 1 out, nobody on. Full count pitch from Rosenthal. Votto waiting. That is ball 4. Apparently that was low. Although it looked like he might have gotten squeezed on that full count pitch. And now Mike Lorenzen is going to pinch hit for the Reds with 1 out, 1 man on. 2-2 pitch from Rosenthal. Popped up center field. Bradley coming in, shading toward left, making the catch for out number 2. Mike Moustakas now batting. 2 outs, 1 man on. 1-2 count to Mike Moustakas. Here it comes. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Moustakas swings and misses at the fastball at 98. So he heads back to the dugout. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It is 7-3 in favor of the Reds. Ian Kennedy is coming out to pitch for the Reds here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Former Cub, he was in the trade that brought the Cubs Strop and Iglesias. He is going to be the pitcher. He has 35 2/3 innings thrown, 9 walks, 35 strikeouts, but a 6.31 ERA. So let's see if the Cubs can stage some kind of a rally here in the bottom of the 8th. Jason Heyward is leading off. First pitch from Kennedy to Heyward. And here it comes. That's going to be a liner into center field and a sliding catch for Akiyama in center field. One-handed grab. That is out number 1. Nice defensive play. Robbed Heyward of a base hit. And now Asdrubal Cabrera is the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 1 strike count. Cabrera lines that one the other way into left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. He hit that one against the shift, and he gets a single for his trouble. Danny Santana now batting. 1 out, 1 man on. Santana waiting for the 2-1 pitch. And he hits a ground ball to second. They throw the first. Hang on a second. Oh, they must have tagged him at second. That is the most bizarre double play I've ever seen executed. They threw to first to get the force, and then they threw to second, but then there was no force at second, so they had to tag the runner as he was sliding in. But apparently the Reds shortstop did that. Galvis did it to complete the double play. I have never, ever seen a double play executed in exactly that way before. The 4-3-6 double play. So, Rosenthal coming out to pitch in the top of the ninth. He's going to face Suarez, Dietrich, and Barnhart. Suarez, 3 for 3 with the home run and 4 RBIs today. Been a real pain in the Cubs' side in this particular game. Top of the ninth inning, Rosenthal working with an 0-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Rosenthal has 2 strikeouts today, that one on the slider. And now Dietrich is the batter. 1 out, nobody on. First pitch to Dietrich. Line to right field. Hayward has a bead on it and makes the catch for out number 2. Barnhart now the batter. 2 outs, nobody on. Barnhart waiting for the 2-2 pitch from Rosenthal. Popped up to center. It looks like Bradley's got a line on it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Well, we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. It is 7-3 in favor of the Reds. Ian Kennedy going to continue to pitch for the Reds in the bottom of the ninth. He is going to face Bryant, Bogaerts, and Contreras. 1 ball count to Chris Bryant. Here's the pitch. Bryant pops it up to center. That seems like it's going to be playable, and it is put away for out number 1. Xander Bogaerts now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 2-0 pitch to Xander Bogaerts, and he is hit. Bogaerts takes the ball right to the shoulder. 5th time he's been plunked this season. And now Wilson Contreras comes up with a runner on first. 1 out. The shift is on. I feel like the Reds would have a tough time executing a double play the way this shift is set up. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Contreras. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Well, who needs a double play when you can just record a strikeout, I guess. So Jackie Bradley comes up. The Cubs are down to their final out. Bradley coming up with 2 outs, runner on first. Here's a 3-0 pitch to Bradley, and that is ball 4 as Bradley takes a 4-pitch walk from Kennedy. And now Ian Happ is the batter. 2 outs, 2 men on. Cubs threatening here in the bottom of the ninth inning. 1-2 count to Happ. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So the Cubs are losers today. It is 7-3 in favor of the Reds. The Reds get 7 runs on 12 hits. Cubs get 3 runs on 6 hits. The Reds improve to 52 and 46, while the Cubs drop to 46 and 52. Back down to 6 games behind the Reds. The player of the game, no surprise there, Eugenio Suarez. Suarez, for the Reds, went 3 for 4 with a home run and 4 RBIs. He had the grand slam home run that was the difference in this game. Kirby Yates is credited with the loss. Archer threw a pretty effective 5 innings to start out the game. 6 hits, 2 runs earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. DeSclafani gets credited with the win. He goes to 7-5. He threw 6 innings of 4-hit, 3-run baseball with 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. Well, thank you for watching Replacement Player Baseball.